Clock out, come home, and drink away. To bash and burn the weekly plays. Douchey calls and sweaty balls, this is Scotch sporting.
I want to know. It was way off. I want to know which of our leadoff topics you are orgasming over.
Oh man. I wish I had I wish I could preview. Oh, I can preview it. Hold on, because I don't want to spoil it for you guys.
Was it just like a fire hose?
Yeah, it was just a fire hose. Man, you know what? The first two and the last one are my favorites. Although number 4 is also pretty good. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin it for you guys because this might be my best work.
If people are, how you headlined it.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, I thought you meant the topics themselves.
Oh, I was also under that assumption.
What do you mean? For the lead off? You gave the topics.
No, and I thought you were like super into like the Vikings defense or something.
I mean, no, I'm excited. I'm just excited that I named them cleverly.
I should be paid for this.
Yeah.
So, Mark, which topic did you think Chris was getting excited about?
I thought it was going to be everything.
I mean, I'm excited for the main topic.
I was going to say, I assume you both are fully erect this entire time.
I was saying to Mark while we were kind of off air.
I was saying, man, it's exhausting to be this hard constantly.
Right. But the thing is, like, what we have to realize is that this is once in a lifetime. Like, there's a very good chance me and Mark never see the Ticats in the Grey Cup at home for the rest of our lives.
And I'd say no, just because it's a small league and it's rotated between only 9 teams. So it's not like it's the NFL where it's 32 teams.
Okay, Mark, but you realize, like, in recent memory, I can only remember 2 times that the host city was there. And that was Toronto in the 100th Grey Cup in 2012. And then Saskatchewan in 101.
Yeah. That wasn't a lifetime ago. There's 2 right there within the last 10 years.
What I'm saying is... Okay, and then name the one before that.
But before Saskatchewan?
Yeah, no, before Toronto in the 100th.
Wasn't Saskatchewan before that one?
No, Saskatchewan was the one after.
Oh, was it really? Oh.
The answer is 6 teams in history have won the Grey Cup at home.
Okay.
A look at home sweet home. A look at the home teams in the Grey Cup. So there's 8 teams, or there's 9 teams, right? That
9.
Stupid uneven number.
Yes, 9.
Yeah.
So there's 9 teams, and do they go east and west every year, or do they go domed, not domed?
They usually go east and west, but it got mixed up a few years back. The whole Toronto getting sold to the MLSE, like really messed up their arrangement.
Okay, for the first time in NFL history, Kansas City. So when Kansas City and Tampa Bay played, that was home field advantage. So they were the first team in the league's history to play at home. Well, it hasn't happened in the past in the league south of us. In the north, it's happened quite a few times, actually. Since 1958, the CFL as we know it today started its existence. There have been 12 teams to play in the Grey Cup at home.
12.
In 60 years. So one every 5 years.
Okay. But it's not recent. I'm just saying it's not recent.
So the record since 1958.
Yeah, well, now I guess 3, so I guess it is recent. Fuck.
We're jumping right in it. The BC Lions are 2-2.
Yep.
Montreal Alouettes are 1-2. Toronto Argonauts are 1-1. Hamilton Ticats are 1-0. When playing at home, so you have a perfect record going into this.
Undefeated.
Rough Riders are 1-0. I guess that was the one a couple years ago. And the Edmonton football teams are 0-1.
Does it actually say football team and not?
It does. This article is from
say football teams because it could be the Elks or the former name.
I think this article is from February before they had their name.
Before they changed the name. Fuck.
Well, there you
Okay.
So I'm taking a moment to appreciate the fact that like there is a
We're
very
gonna call
good,
it's rare.
right, and there is a good possibility that I don't see this again. So
'Cause,
I'm,
you know,
And I tell you, in 2 years, we probably will see it. Maybe.
next year.
well, no, next year they're in the Cups in Saskatchewan.
Oh, I thought you guys got it back to back.
No, it's
No.
Saskatchewan, then back to us.
Oh. Okay.
It's gonna be fine though. Oh,
You'll be fine.
I can't help but notice, Tay, that you are very calm.
Ghostly?
Ghostly as well, but also calm. I think if you click the camera button, click it off, and then click it back on,
That's what I do.
yeah, it should reset your picture right at the bottom of your
On
screen. Yeah, on the OBS Ninja. Just
Yeah.
click the camera and then click it off, or click it off and then click it back on.
I liked my ghostly.
It looked good. It did. It did.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Just when you thought you couldn't be whiter than white, you were.
Did we lose? Did we lose? Your
No,
friend?
I'm here.
Did you press the wrong button
I pressed the button with the camera on it.
and
Okay.
then turn it back on?
I did.
Uh-oh.
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 Hold on.
You're really white now. I'm just saying.
There it is.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
I can
Oh,
see
you do.
myself. I pressed the camera button.
Now your audio is
And then
coming
I-
through though.
How's this now?
Beautiful.
Better?
Much better. There we go. Hey, it's fun.
We're good.
Technology is the best.
I'm calm because the baby is asleep, is
Yeah.
what you're saying.
That's what
Yes.
that's what I was getting at. Yeah.
So I have the data, and if you need me to screen grab it and post it, I will. Since last Wednesday, he has not done this shit.
Wow.
So he does time it for Wednesdays. We are sleep training now,
Yeah.
which is basically we're doing this slightly less mean for the parents cried out method.
Right.
It's called the Ferber method.
Oh, this way,
Where
yeah,
it's-
where you do like 3 minutes, then
Yeah.
5 minutes. Yeah. Yeah.
You cry it, you put them down, and then you just check on them to make sure they're not dead.
Yep.
The good news is I don't have to be the one to check on it. They say don't make it the one that the baby like desperately wants,
yep.
because if they see you, they'll be like,
Yeah. They won't.
they'll cry even more.
Right.
So since we've started that, he's been a bit better.
That's good.
But it was 10 minutes of screaming, and then he passed out.
Beautiful.
Last night it was 10 minutes. The night before it was 16 minutes. So we're getting a little bit better.
That's awesome.
So we're good.
And
I have
we can-
I have the
You have
headset
hands.
today.
Yeah, and hands.
I have hands
And
to
a-
have
and a
Drink.
drink. Look at that.
Oh, double.
fizzy, boozy, fizzy,
Perfect.
boozy. Mark, what do you have? I can't help but notice it's not a soda pop.
Yeah, well, I stopped by Tim Hortons on my way back home from the chiropractor. I'm like, oh, let's try those new Timbits. And
Tim,
happens to be
you
great.
mean Tim Biebs?
The Bieber
I'm not
balls.
ever gonna call that.
The Bieber balls.
And how are the Tim Biebs?
I'm underwhelmed, to be honest with you.
I actually don't hate them.
I mean, the chocolate tastes like regular chocolate.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, can you? Because for me, Timbit tastes like a Timbit. Like
Yeah.
any
The base Timbit
variation. The base
tastes
Timbit
the
is
same.
the base Timbit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can imagine the chocolate tastes like chocolate.
Yes.
You barely taste the other stuff that they put on this thing.
Yeah.
It's birthday cake waffle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what's the other one we're
there's
missing?
Sour cream
chocolate
with
chip.
sour cream with chocolate chips.
Yeah.
And then there's a chocolate
probably
one
just-
with shit all over it. I don't know what it is, but
I assume the sour cream one tastes like sour cream.
yeah, but it's
With
got
a
chocolate chips.
dash of chocolate chip. That's it.
Huh.
They are what they are. I don't hate them. I don't love them. They were okay.
Are they any more expensive, or are they the same?
Apparently a little bit more,
Yeah.
I was told. I didn't look at the price. I just ordered
Because
it.
I think when
Here's
you
my
go to Tim
card.
Hortons, now I am not. I will admit I'm not. Well, first of all, I'm not a sweets fan. I'm not a donut fan.
Right.
I don't crave donuts. It's not my. If ever there's like a bacon maple, that's the one I'll grab. Now, there's premium donuts at Tim Hortons. You can pay. It's like from the last time I've been, you can pay $1 for a donut or $1.50 for like
Yeah,
a
they come in
premium
these, like,
donut.
fancy boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are Tim Biebs the same? Is it like
It
you
would
can get
be-
Timbits or premium Timbits?
It would be the same. Yeah.
Can
But
I combo?
I got 20,
I don't know. Oh.
and they put
Oh.
it in the regular box.
What?
Well, what the fuck?
I think
They
the
don't have
Tim
a 20
Biebs.
Tim Biebs box.
I think the Tim Biebs box is only 10.
But can I mix and match? Can I be like, I'll do
No.
five Tim Biebs and 10?
I ordered through the app. Didn't give me the option, so I assume when you're at
I think
the
if you're,
actual
I think if
restaurant.
you talk to the person at the window, and you go, "Can I
Maybe,
get 10 Tim Biebs and 10 regular
And they'll
Timbits?"
go, I'm making $15 an hour. I don't care.
Yeah, couldn't care less.
And so what's the drink?
It's a new drink. Let me bring it up. I forgot what it's called. It's a cinnamon apple cold brew.
Huh. Oh.
Oat milk.
Sounds,
Oh.
sounds awful.
Did you do the oat milk or is that what it comes with?
That's what's come with.
Oh. That sounds pretty good. Now, Chris, are you a fancy coffee guy or are you like a country time?
I don't drink coffee at all.
Really?
Yeah, I've never ever drank coffee. The only coffee product that I will drink is I will have at least one, and here's where you guys realize that I'm a white girl, but I will have one pumpkin spice latte every year. I do love a pumpkin spice latte from
You and your White Claw
Starbucks.
Basic bitch
Yeah,
drink.
listen, I'm a basic bitch. It's fine.
You know what? I'm with you. It's delicious.
It is. It's delightfully delicious.
Like the movie Chocolat.
Right.
I find the Starbucks pumpkin spice too sweet. I always have to modify and get less pumps.
Okay. No, I love it the way it is.
So have you never liked coffee?
No, never.
Huh. So what is your I'm exhausted. I need a drink.
Just
Dr.
some
Pepper.
Dr. Pepper
Dr.
caffeine.
soda.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm with you there.
It's audio.
Do you
Dr.
drink?
Pepper.
Hey, remember the old Scotch boarding? You used to hold things up all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. I mean, now there's an option to go and look at it. So
do you guys? When you wake up in the morning? Are you having pops?
no. I
No,
usually
I'm having water.
Yeah, I have water until probably about 1. Usually is when I'll get my first soda pop of the day.
I think my addiction is just a hot beverage. I think.
Right. See, I don't like
Mark,
drinking. I don't like drinking warm stuff.
So what time are you okaying yourselves to drink a soda pop?
Lunch.
well,
I don't eat lunch, so
yeah.
it's like around 1 o'clock.
I'm the same. I don't eat lunch, and it's around the same 1 o'clock.
Are you guys
12:31.
eating breakfast?
No, I don't eat breakfast.
So no food until dinner.
I might have a snack, like I'll grab like a tiny bag of chips from the dollar store or something, but I normally don't eat lunch or breakfast.
Sometimes people at work give me food to eat because they're like, "You don't eat anything." I'm like, "No, I'm
Like,
okay."
Mark, please here, eat something.
But then you eat your 1,200 calories in one sitting usually.
Absolutely, yeah. Right after work, boom.
My stomach. I'm so fascinated by you guys. My stomach doesn't work that way. If I haven't eaten all day, it doesn't increase what I can eat for dinner. I find.
Right.
In fact, for me, it's the opposite. The longer I go, the more I'm not hungry.
Yeah.
It's just out of regularity that I eat after work.
How did that start? Have you guys always been like that?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, ever since I started working.
Keto made me like that.
Because you're
'Cause
just like,
I
I don't
used to
eat
eat lunch.
food.
I don't like eating when I'm at work.
I used to
feel
eat
sluggish
lunch.
after work.
I used to eat
Yeah.
lunch every day, and I hated that as well. Coming back after lunch and just being like,
Mhm.
oh.
And why did keto make you stop?
Well, because when I was on keto, I was 1 meal a day, and so I would only eat dinner.
Oh.
Yeah, and then it just became normal. So
Because I don't eat. I'm acting all like I eat 3 meals a day. I
Right.
absolutely do not. I do not eat breakfast.
yeah, who's got time
I
for that
hate
shit?
it.
Yeah,
I'm not hungry in the morning.
neither
No.
am I. I haven't
And
been
even
hungry
if-
in the morning for
Yeah.
years. Like since
Even
like
if
high school.
I wake up hungry, I don't want to eat.
Right.
It's gross.
And then
Yeah.
half an hour, that hunger pang passes away.
Yep.
Yeah, I used to. My mom, that I was like this since I was a kid, and my mom used to give me the instant breakfasts.
Yep.
And so I used to, the shake. So I'd have a chocolate like instant breakfast shake in the morning because she was like, I can't, as your mother, send you to school with nothing.
They'll put me in jail.
Yeah.
I only passed out once in high school
There you go.
because I didn't eat. Not an eating disorder.
Right.
Just didn't eat. So that was I had an instant breakfast in the morning for like probably all 4 years of high school.
Wow. Oh, in high
That's
school,
right.
I was eating breakfast every day. I was having my fucking Rice Krispies or Shreddies or some fucking cereal. I was a big cereal guy when I was young, but not anymore.
I find a lot of breakfast foods disgusting.
Mhm.
I don't like cold breakfast, and I
Right.
have no desire to cook hot breakfast.
It's too much work in the morning.
I like the non-North American Asian style of breakfast of anything goes
Yeah.
at any time, you know?
Just have a
I'm also
burger
not-
for breakfast.
Rice noodle soup in the morning. Oh,
Yeah.
yum.
I think that changed in university. If I was really hungry, I'd be like, oh, I don't have anything. And it's like, oh, I have salmon. Okay, I'll eat this. Like, it just,
No.
who cares? Anyways, I don't know why I said salmon. Well,
salmon in college? It's amazing.
Let's get to our lead. Yeah, that much. I had salmon money in college. Let's get to actual sports because I feel like, again, your rock hard erections need to go somewhere.
Let's do it. All right, here we go.
I'm so excited for you. Okay, so I'm just going to read this in case you don't watch.
Yeah.
So our Scotch sporting lead off, they take 5 topics. I'll introduce them to you guys. We'll give you a minute to talk about. Number 4 is great. So our 4 topics, I'm just going to read them. We have stupid, sexy scandals. We have 2-minute squill. We have Vaxx cards or BS. Thanks, AB. We have Djokovic is an anti-vaxxer with the shocked Pikachu meme. And Big Trouble in Communist China.
Oh, I love that. Even though you haven't seen the fucking movie.
I haven't seen the movie, but
Me neither, bud.
there you go.
You guys are missing
High
a
five.
classic. It's one of John Carpenter's best.
So Dave and I are looking at going away for Christmas, and obviously with variants and an unvaccinated baby, we're not sure where we want to go. And one of the places we were looking at was Cuba,
Right.
because Cuba has an in the 80s vaccination rate,
Oh, that's wow.
and 90% of their population has at least 1 shot.
Yeah. Wow.
And I made a joke of like, that's communism for you. And then I was kind of looking around other communist countries, and I was like, yeah, it's just
It is
forcing the
communism, yeah.
vaccine.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
I think Cambodia has a better vaccination rate than America. When I was clicking around, I just want to throw that out there because I clicked on Cambodia when I meant to click on Cuba. So anyways, okay, let us start with the first one. Stupid, sexy scandals. Guys, I really miss this. I miss when our don't do the thing was about sticking your dick in something you shouldn't have.
Exactly. Can we go back to
Consensually,
that,
of
please?
course. Can we go back to that time
Well,
where we
sometimes
weren't?
it wasn't consensual, but yes.
This one seems to be.
Yes.
So I love this because anything bad that happens to the Kardashians makes me oh so joyful. So Canadian boy Tristan Thompson is expecting his 3rd baby not with Khloe Kardashian,
Damn.
whom he is supposedly with. So he was with her, I think had a baby without her, got back together with her, had her baby, and now he's having a 3rd baby.
Attaboy.
Do you guys miss these type of scandals? That's my question for our 1 minute.
They're fun.
I mean, these are the best scandals because it's not people's lives in danger.
Yeah.
Except Chloe's.
Well, I mean, it's what her social life. It's not really her life.
Yeah.
She's not gonna die because he stuck his dick in someone else. Well, I guess he could. I mean, I guess she could, but
If you are going to have an affair, if you are someone to have an affair, please use birth control.
Do something.
That's what I don't understand that.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like,
That's
why?
no different than telling these guys to, get a cab when you're drunk. Don't drive home.
Exactly.
You're right.
I think it's what a great comparison, because it's like put a condom on your penis, and if you are someone that does not like condoms, walk her to the drugstore the next day and say, here is plan B.
Yeah.
Could you take it for me?
I'll pay.
I will pay for this. It is a pill that does not hurt you. Could you go ahead and take it? Any brief plug for I'm super into the 90 Day Fiance franchise. There's 90 Day Fiance Love in the Caribbean right now.
Yep.
Oh boy.
And some of them are normal, like normal couples, whatever. But this one girl just like went to Jamaica, raw dogged it with someone that worked at her resort, got pregnant, and it's like, I don't understand why he doesn't want to marry me. And I am so invested in their story because both of them are so fucking stupid. Anyways, okay, the 2-minute swill.
I love it.
Very funny. So Dave, thank God, is playing video games.
He can't hear us.
Can't hear us, I don't think. Or he's... He can hear us. So I just thought the stat was wild.
It's insane.
With Minnesota.
It's
Crazy.
insane.
So they're so their defense has been bad.
Yes.
Only in 2 minutes.
And so historically bad in the last 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
What is it about the last 2 minutes? So I'm just trying to find, and we'll start the clock. What is the
101.
I'm trying to find the 101 points they've given up.
Yep.
Beating only themselves
Right.
from last year in the last 2 minutes of a football game. They have given up 101 points, and I think they are ahead of Seattle, who's behind them by 20 points or something.
83 or something.
Yeah, they're at 83. Yeah.
So almost 20 points. Okay, so start the clock. What the fuck is up with 2 minutes? Are they giving up that many points and it's just 2 minutes? Go ahead, Mark.
No, it's the play calling. If you watch that last drive, it was like prevent defense the entire drive. I mean, come on.
Well, what does prevent do?
Prevent you from winning.
Prevents you from winning,
right?
Exactly.
Especially on that last one on the goal line. I'm like, how are you not blitzing him? And they gave each receiver like a good 10 yards.
It doesn't make any sense.
Of course, they're gonna throw underneath.
That
The guy was
doesn't make
wide
any
open.
sense. Yeah.
So, Mark, you obviously are more well versed at seeing these plays than me. Is this happening all game, or it's like?
No, it's not. That's what I'm saying. It's only during these 2 minutes. It's like he gets scared to be
So
aggressive.
you're saying from an observer, they get to these 2 minutes and they're changing what they've been doing the entire game.
Absolutely.
Doesn't make any sense.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know what else Antonio Brown has to do to prove to us that he's a piece of shit. So he has been suspended for 3 games. It was rumored, but I guess there's now evidence that it happened. He faked his vaccination card.
Yes.
So my questions for you guys. So Antonio Brown, it was rumored, I think we talked about it last week or the week before, rumored he faked his vaccination card. There's rumblings it was Tom Brady that urged him to do it, but I don't buy that.
I can't see Tom making him fake it.
No, I can't see him getting his
I can
hands
see
that
Tom
dirty.
being like, hey, you need to get vaccinated. And AB's like, I'm not doing it, but I'll get a fake one so that way Tom gets off my back about it.
Or he could be like, you need to get vaccinated any way you can.
Right. Yeah, maybe there was
wink,
there was
Wink,
like
wink.
could be.
Okay, so my question for you guys is 3 games enough? And when he comes back to the team, how do you look at him the same way? You know, and also, how does this compare to Aaron Rodgers and that scandal?
I think they're both very similar because like, just own it. If you're not going to get vaccinated, just say I'm not getting vaccinated. Don't be a liar. I think. And the other thing that I read in the article that you put in the document was like, you know, the whole vaccine card thing is like an honor system. And you know, if you're just gonna if they don't work, the NFL didn't find out about this. The only reason it happened was because some disgruntled dude is like, hey, by the way, his vaccine card's fake. We would have never known. If he didn't piss this guy off, we would have never known.
Yeah, had he paid the guy what he was owed?
Yeah, you're right. Even ours, they're so easy to fake.
Are they,
even because without the QR code. So
right. A lot of
I had
places
trouble
require the QR code now, though, right?
I had trouble downloading mine for a long time, so I held up the PDF of my vaccine
Yeah.
Clock out.
And that's so easy to fake.
Yeah.
Although, when I went to that Bills game on Monday, they asked for my proof of vaccination. I showed it. They didn't bother looking at my ID. They just like, okay, go ahead. I'm like,
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
that's sadly where we are with this thing right now. And I mean, I don't, with what I've been seeing about Omicron, I don't know that we need to, because the talk is that it's more contagious, but it's like less.
It's chill.
Less lethal,
It's
though,
less.
right?
Yeah.
What's that? Way less.
Less
yeah.
lethal.
Like, and
Yeah.
even like if you get it, it's not even that it's not lethal. It's like you get very mild symptoms.
Yeah.
So I mean, if that's where we're going, then.
But I guess I get that. But for me, it's like I do get the flu shot every year. But I
Mhm.
think if they came out and said, "Here is a vaccine against all flus,"
Yeah.
I'd
Oh yeah.
I'd encourage everyone to get it
Of
because it's like,
course.
yes, it's mild. The three of us would all survive it, but
Right. But there's people that won't. And I mean, this has changed because I never got flu shots. And so this has kind of changed my opinion on that as well, because it's like, well, why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why didn't I get flu shots? Because my whole thing on not getting flu shots was, well, they're only 50% effective. So what's the point?
And that's true. And I think it's almost lower than that. And so
I'm pretty sure it is, but
Well,
I've been
depends
getting-
because it's whether they guess the right flu variant, right?
exactly. I've been getting flu shots since I've been with Dave, so 6 years, and I think 4 of them have worked.
yeah.
Now I don't know if they've worked or I just haven't gotten the flu, but I know very distinctly I was terribly sick we got engaged in Aruba.
Yeah.
And then 2 days later I got the worst cold of my life and I'd had the flu shot. So it's just like, well, didn't guess this variant.
Yep.
But anyways, well, speaking of anti-vaxxers,
Yeah.
shocked Pikachu meme. Novak Djokovic is an anti-vax. I feel like with this guy, every piece of shit soapbox, he stands on it.
Yeah.
It's like he takes the opposite stance of what you think normal human beings should be on.
Yeah, that sounds like him.
So my question is, are you guys shocked? So he was in the news. He is an anti-vaxxer. Obviously Australia has some of the harshest restrictions in the world. And they have a strict, you cannot come into our country unless you're vaccinated. And if you're unvaccinated, you quarantine for 14 days.
Mhm.
He is going for a loophole of a medical exemption. What do you think? So what do you think his medical exemption is? Do you think Mr. Prime Minister of Australia should step in and be like, no. Like, should he be allowed this loophole?
No,
And are you
Absolutely
shocked
not.
at all?
No, not shocked.
and not shocked.
No.
Yeah.
So, well, is his exemption that is the medical exemption that he's an asshole? Like, does that get you medically exempt?
I almost spat out my whiskey.
Because I mean, honestly, like the one constant between all of these people that have medical exemptions is they're an asshole, right? Like
the only thing is like, I could maybe he'd be like, well, I could get it now,
mhm,
but I'm afraid of being sick for a couple days, and I have to play in a couple days.
sure, but he could have got it 6, 8,
Had you gotten it a
9,
month
12
ago,
months ago. And-
yeah.
I'm trying.
Here's what I don't understand about this whole anti-vax movement, especially now. Like, you look at the writing on the wall, and I know that a lot of people aren't with me on this, but we are on the back end of this. Like, we are on the
Yeah.
back end. We're coming out of this. I said, what did I say? A couple
Clock
last
out.
show, I said like by May 1st or something like that, right?
May 11th. Just stick with
May-
May 11th again.
May 11th. I still think that's. I think I'm a little early on that, but I do honestly believe we're on the back end of this. Why are you fighting it so hard? You're almost done. Who cares?
know.
Oh, you got to wear a mask. It's like, it's less than a year. We're going to be out of this in a year. You got to wear a mask. You got to show your vaccine card. Who fucking cares? Don't get vaccinated. You know what? If you've gone this long and not gotten vaccinated, you're an asshole. But don't put it in my face that you're not vaccinated. Just don't do it. Don't make a big deal of it, because eventually it's not going to matter.
Yeah, that's you're right, and it's always been such a curiosity of mine. And again, I highly recommend the Herman Cain Awards subreddit. It's just so fucking fantastic, and
it
it's
makes,
just if
it
you
does
don't,
make me sad sometimes. Like that's really what it does to
some
me.
of the some of them are sad.
Yeah.
So if you don't know, it's a subreddit that it's posting people that are super anti-vax who win the Herman Cain Award. So they basically die. They die of COVID. And it's seeing the progression of like shit posting memes
and then
to
and then
dying.
pray for me, and then yeah.
And I don't get what you're fighting for.
Right. I mean, why is this the hill that we're dying on here? Like,
I don't understand your moral opposition. That's always been a curiosity of mine, is what is your moral opposition to this vaccine?
yeah, I
You'll
mean,
get the loons, you'll get the lunatics that are like, it's a pandemic, it's not real, COVID
Right.
isn't real, and Bill Gates is inserting a microchip in you.
right.
There's always going to be those morons.
The microchip that tracks you wherever you go.
Yeah,
you know,
that they
like
post on Facebook. They
Right.
shit post on Facebook and
Yeah.
then
Oh,
are
you got a
concerned that
phone
they're
in
being
your
tracked.
pocket tracking you on Facebook, tracking every fucking. You talk about cat food on with your phone just sitting beside you, and all of a sudden Facebook's feeding you fucking cat food ads. Don't even own a cat.
Yeah.
So
I did go to a cottage with friends, and the friend was looking up pictures of cats and a toy for their cats.
Yeah.
And all of us that were at the cottage got cat ads
There you
after
go.
that.
Yep.
Like, fuck, I don't own a cat. Okay, Big Trouble in Communist China.
Woo.
Great work with that one.
Yeah, I think it's my favorite.
So the Winter Olympics are coming up in China in 2022. There's starting to be a boycott. And for me, it's a little bit, again, it's shocked Pikachu meme of what? Human rights violations in China?
How could they?
Oh my God. How could they? I think this is all stemming from the Chinese tennis player that I believe as of press time is still missing.
Well, they showed that one video of her being okay.
Hey, guys, look, she's okay. And it's like really bad Photoshop or a person wearing a mask.
Yeah.
It's the Simpsons when Skinner comes out to get the pretzels.
Yeah.
And then how'd you hurt your hands? I believe it was a boking accident. I have to go now. So a tennis player went missing after being, questioning the government there, accusing a government official of sexual assault. And now, I mean, thank God people are, I suppose, coming to their senses and nations are taking a stand. But, again, it's like, what? Chinese human rights violations? Well, I never. So now some, I was reading about this because NHLers are weighing their own, but now there's a couple countries are doing a diplomatic boycott of these Olympics, which I think is a bit of a pussyfooting around the issue. But diplomatic boycott is basically they're just not sending any attaches. Right. It's athletes only. There's no, government officials going to the games. A, do you guys think this is enough? And B, do you think other countries are going to go further? Because I heard Canada is contemplating boycotting. So do you think this is enough? And do you think any further boycott will happen?
I mean, is it enough? No. But are we going to see anything else? No. Like, no one's going to actually boycott. Canada's not going to fucking boycott the Winter Olympics. Yeah. So the Olympics we're good at, we're not going to fucking boycott it. And the worst part is, listen, the worst part is, because it's not China that suffers when you don't send your athletes. Those athletes who have trained for the last 4 years to go to the Olympics. Yeah, for this moment. Those are the people who suffer. So yes, you can have a problem with how China's doing things. And yes, you can do this diplomatic, whatever, horse shit. Just make sure you don't send any money that way. That's really what it is. Just don't send any money to China.
Yeah. Well, it's the athletes, and you're right, it's the infrastructure around the Olympic team. It's all the people that have worked, that have jobs because of these Olympics that you're suddenly taking away.
You're like, nah, fuck you. We don't like the way they do things. So
how do you guys feel about it?
Clock out.
I don't know. I mean, I don't really like it. I mean, it's China. What are we? We're surprised at any of
I know.
this?
I feel like, well, we went to Sochi. What? Right. Okay, that happened.
Like, I don't understand how countries where stuff like this happens regularly, how are these countries still getting Olympic Games?
Yeah.
Well, and I see countries that have Mark is making the money's gesture
The dollar. Yeah, he looks like fucking Johnny Manziel over there.
again with the monies. It's that, and it's when I see countries marching in the Olympics that have horrific human rights violations, I'm like, who's letting them in?
Yeah, why are we celebrating these countries?
Get out of here. So I don't know. Whatever. I'm still gonna watch. We're all gonna
That's
fucking
it.
watch.
Yeah, because
Of course we are.
Sidney Crosby's gonna show up, and he's gonna score some goals, and we're gonna wear our Team Canada turkey butthole jerseys and be happy.
I'll wear my Hockey Canada jersey. I'm not wearing that butthole.
I'm so sad I missed that podcast because man, oh man, does that look like an anus?
It really does.
It's a butthole.
There's still time to change it, so I hope.
Well, like I know
do.
the internet has ruined us, and we're seeing goatsy in everything.
Yeah.
But like that's legitimately a butthole.
It's 100%.
I gave my niece probably 6 or 7 years ago a Hockey Canada jersey, and it has been regifted hand me down to Rowan.
Nice.
So I need him to wear it.
Yeah.
And also, a Ford brother will be in power during these Olympics, so I hope he opens the bars at 7 a.m. again.
Oh, right.
That was a good time.
Yeah. I forgot
Just
about
being shithoused at 7 in the morning,
that boy.
watching hockey was incredible. Okay, gentlemen.
All right. Let's
Here
go.
we go.
It's Grey Cup week. Ah!
It's Grey Cup week. And you're fucking in it.
And we're in it, and it really looked like we weren't going to be in it at the half in the Eastern Final. It was not looking good.
And I won.
No. I would say
$1.
before that, it was like midway through the second. I'm like, and then as soon as Evans came in, I texted the buddy. I'm like, it's happening.
It's happening.
It's finally happening.
So, I will give you guys a little bit of insight into how my night last night went. A buddy of mine has some connections, and he had heard that Dane was told that he wasn't starting.
Whoa!
So
what?
I spent all of last night just like, wait, what are they? What the fuck are they doing? No. Then woke up this morning and Orlando Steinauer announced that Dane Evans was for sure starting the game. So crisis averted. Crisis averted. But last night I was like, this is the stupidest fucking thing. I can't believe, like, because you can't spot Winnipeg. We spotted Toronto 6 points before we put Dane Evans in, and then we spotted them 6 more.
And it would have been another one had Evans not did that fucking epic strip.
And if Dinwiddie wasn't such a chicken shit and went for touchdowns instead of kicking those field goals when he's at the 5, he should have at least gone for one of those. We should have been down a truckload. So we got lucky that Dinwiddie's a chicken shit, and then that our D fucking stood up and held them to only field goals. But we couldn't spot Winnipeg 6 points or 12 points before putting Evans in the game. It's just not. We're not going to win the game like that.
First of all, okay, 2 things. First of all, guess who's awake?
Of course.
Dave is going to try and feed him. He hates Dave less, so we're going to see if this works out.
That's good.
Second of all, I lost it. Oh, shit. So many wee bombs.
That's I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm sorry. It's the Grey Cup. It's in Hamilton. We're in the game. I'm wee bombing for the fucking rest of my life. I don't care. I'm so happy that because the alternative was if they lost to Toronto, now we have to fucking sit in the cold at the Grey Cup watching fucking Toronto. There's nothing worse in this world than that scenario in my head. So the fact that we don't have to do that,
Are you going to go now? Commit to saying this now on a Wednesday, December the 8th, prior to the Grey Cup. Are you committing to saying, regardless of what happens, you will be happy seeing your boys play at home in the Grey Cup?
I know that I will be happy because I at least have the chance to see them there. Because if I went there to cheer for two teams that I don't care about, I don't know why I'm there.
Mark, can you?
Saskatchewan and
Yeah,
Toronto.
if it would have been
Yeah, can you
Saskatchewan,
imagine?
Toronto, like I would have just like, why am I here? Leaving at the half.
Mark, can you say the same thing?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a lot more happier because now they've
Yeah.
chosen to start Evans, because that would have really sucked had they gone with Mazzoli for who knows what goddamn reason. I still think it's a P tape, but regardless.
There's a P tape. I thought that's what you said, but I didn't. I didn't correct you because I was like, did you say P tape?
I just assume Mazzoli has an Orlando P tape, and that's why he was able to start all these games, even though for months we were yelling for Evans to start.
So Rizzoli and Isles has the P tape on the coach.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got it.
That's
I
the
thought
conspiracy theory here.
there was a P tape on Mazzoli,
No,
and that
no.
was somehow why he wasn't starting. Got it. I gotcha. Okay, well, let's take it back to the game last week
Yeah.
against Toronto.
Take it back to 2 days before that game.
And fuck it, because which thing?
Oh, the Raptors game.
Oh, right. Yes. Okay. Even before that. So first of all, I guess I missed when Pinball became the GM.
That was about 2 seasons ago, I think.
Mhm.
I
I
think
was
it
like, oh,
before
that's-
19.
That's fun.
He's the nicest guy in the world. Like I can't. He's the face of the Argos, and I fucking love the guy.
Yeah.
I love him.
I've never seen him not smile.
Yep. And if
And
I
he-
went up to him in full tie cat gear, he'd be like, "Hey, what's going on?" Like he is so nice and so personable.
And he came to my high school. He loves the city.
Yes.
He loves Canada.
He does.
Like he just loves it. He loves football. He loves the CFL.
Yep.
It's amazing. So the guy with 3 last names,
McLeod,
who is the quarterback?
Bethel-Thompson.
That's it. The quarterback for Toronto, who is quite a handsome feller in some lights. He looks a bit like a handsomer Blake Bortles. Are you pulling it up?
Yes, because I have some.
You must be talking about good light, bad light situation here.
Yeah.
Some pictures of him, I thought he looks a bit like Bing Bibbles.
Okay, let's see here. McLeod, Bethel-Thompson images. Let's bring
They're
up
up on
the
the
web
board.
pages. I'm bringing it up. Oh, here we go. Hold on. There we go. There's some McLeod Bethel-Thompson pictures. Let's see. And not liking this one. I
No,
don't know.
that's
No.
bad. But that one in the blue in the
this.
top
This
left,
one?
that's not bad. Right? Doesn't he kind of
That's
look
the
like Blake
old picture.
Bortles?
He's got an Eagles jersey on. I mean, a little bit. I don't know.
He
I
looks
think
a
you're
bit like
looking
a
at-
weird.
I think you're looking at old pictures because if you
Yeah,
see
yeah.
him, he's not looking so.
Oh, I'm for sure looking at old pictures because it was him in an NFL uniform.
Yeah,
All right, so he goes to a Raptors game.
he did.
Along with a few other players, but that kind of came out later. So he went to a Raptors game, which is fine. That's obviously allowed in Toronto, except it is not allowed.
If you're
Under-
a player in the CFL, correct.
CFL, yeah.
Yeah,
So it comes out Friday morning that he has been
Yeah.
taken out of practice, and he must quarantine. And the time, according to the what do you call it, the protocols, is 4 days. So he's supposed to quarantine for 4 days. So this is Friday morning.
It was on a Thursday, right?
Right. No, this was Friday morning. Yeah, the game he went to was Thursday night. So this is Friday morning. So he has to quarantine for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday if they follow the protocols. So instead of following the protocols, the league
I'm just gonna mute
decides.
again for a second.
No worries.
He's upset.
Yeah, I
He's
mean,
like,
he
"This
sounds.
motherfucker."
Yeah, he sounds like the Ticats fans, right? So if the league says, or sorry, the league comes out and says, okay, he has to, instead of quarantining for 4 days, he has to do 2 days and 2 nights, which is a very interesting way to word it because they couldn't even word it 48 hours because it was less than 48 hours till kickoff.
To the Sunday game, yeah.
So, he tested negative, and I mean, I think we all knew that he's probably not going to have COVID. Everybody in the stands is fucking vaccinated.
Mhm.
So it's fine. Is it a stupid rule? Yes, it was a stupid rule, but the rule was there. And yeah. So again, I'm glad he played, because had we beat them with him not playing, it would have been like, oh, you only got there.
Had we had McLeod,
we only got there because you played Pipkin. We beat your best quarterback. Yes.
I'm back with the baby on my lap.
That's good.
It's fucking Wednesday.
Wednesday's party
It's insane.
Time. Yep.
Truly, every other night since last Wednesday.
He wants to be on the internet.
I think I might next week podcast from a different room, so there's no door here.
Right.
So I might go where Dave's playing video games, and that has a door. You guys have been to the upstairs where that TV is. So I can close. I think he might hear me and be like, I want to be with you.
Yep. Yeah, because normally you're probably quiet around this time of night, right? Just watching TV.
Not as much, but like I'm a different floor. Like I'm a different floor away. I'm not as close to his room usually. So next week. So yeah, how I felt about this scandal was I didn't like. I swear if it was anyone other than the quarterback, it might have been a different result.
Right.
But then when I found out, and that's why we brought up pinball, because he encouraged, like, I think they essentially got the tickets for the players.
So the understanding is that MLSC asked him to go to the game because they were trying to promote the East Final to sell more tickets, whatever. Meanwhile, the Hamilton fans just bought up all the tickets anyways. So,
yeah. So and we'll get to that. So in that case, I'm like, yeah, okay, like. They just did what the team told them to do.
Right.
And if I was 3 last names, I
would be pissed.
Probably wouldn't have questioned it.
Right. Oh, you guys would know. You guys cleared it with the league.
The Argos are
sending
me. They clearly.
Yeah.
You know, but I
Raptors game for free. Yes. Sign me up.
Okay.
The fact of the matter is, you know, if the Raptors send him to, if the Argos send him to the Raptors game, and they don't know that it's against the protocol, or they didn't care that it was against the protocol, either way is awful. And it's such a terrible look for that organization.
Yeah, and I guess it makes sense a bit that, like, and maybe the Argos were like, well, if it's opened up, if the game's opened up in Toronto and anyone can go, maybe the CFL has changed their policy, and maybe that would make sense.
And the CFL probably should have changed their policy, but they should have changed it first, not after.
And also my question, you know, they went to the game to drop pipe for it. It's like, did it work? I mean, probably fucking
it actually did, yes. And I'll say that what happened after the game is also going to help. It's helping to rebuild the rivalry between Hamilton and Toronto, because it's been kind of like meh over the last like 3 or 4 seasons, and I think that this is like, is it the best way to renew the rivalry or reignite it? No, but is it going to do it? Yes.
But I still think people in Toronto don't care.
Yeah, that was more of a fight between Argo players and Ticats fans.
But now if you can get people in Toronto to care about that, to be like, oh, fuck those guys in Hamilton jumping over the thing. Well, and listen,
I don't think they still care.
Listen, what the Hamilton fans did, throwing beer, throwing things at players, all of that is horseshit, and you should be banned from not only BMO, you should be banned across the league.
Absolutely. Okay, so
that shit doesn't belong.
Let's get to that. So after the game, so if you haven't been to BMO Field, there is a section where the players essentially walk by the crowd.
Not anymore.
And all that, not anymore because of this. And all that stands between you and the players is those low, you know, the to your waist metal barricades. Like, that's it. And 1 or 2 guys in the yellow security jerseys making minimum wage.
Yeah, who don't give a shit.
That's it.
Clearly don't give a shit.
So you can watch the videos. So we'll start with the not coach thing. So you can watch the videos, and there's some sort of altercation as the players are walking by. People are like hurling obscenities at them. saying horrible things to them. I guess Chris, you said throwing things and
they were dumping beers and
throwing drinks and stuff on the Argos players, and something happened. A Hamilton fan got over the barricades.
Yep.
Argos players did what they know how to do. Let's say subdued him.
It was either fight or flight, and they fought.
Yeah. And I made this note because I didn't want to forget it, of God bless the hubris of a mediocre white man,
Right.
of thinking, I'll get these guys.
I'm just going to jump over this railing.
I'm just a white dude from
Yep.
Hamilton, but I'm going to take on these giant football players.
Because I'm hammer drunk.
And just, they must have been like, let's fucking go.
Oh man, you're fair game. Once you jump that line, you are fair
Mark,
game.
You're gonna tell me who was on the other side of this fight. Of may he rest in peace. I think it was the Quebec goalie who's the commentator now, Ray Emery.
Oh,
and he skated to the
Martin Biron.
Yeah.
Martin Biron. He skated to the middle of the ice with a huge smile on his face and just made the like, come on gesture.
And he ended that guy's fucking life.
And he ended him. And it's one of my favorite hockey fights of all time. And I don't like hockey fights. So I feel like those Argos players were like, okay.
Yeah.
And fucking dropped him. So
yeah, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that scene with Amos on The Expanse. When the guy punches him when they're in custody and just gives that look. It's like, yes. Thank you.
So how do you guys feel about this part of the fight as Ticats fans?
So like I said, the player jumping over the barrier, fuck him. Like I said, banned league wide. Mm-hmm. That shit should not happen. You should not ever think that that's okay. That is not okay. Those guys are doing their job to play football, right? Now listen, yelling at them, Argos suck, and like, you're shit, blah blah blah. That's the line. That's the line.
Yeah.
That's the line.
Yeah. Well,
anytime
Mark, I know
you are throwing things or attempting to hit them, that's over the line.
Well, and there has to be a line, Mark. I don't know. I'm sure you have a story with LeBron James and the fans.
Yeah. That's so stupid.
And then Donald Trump Jr. posted like, fuck LeBron, he's a little bitch for getting these fans kicked out. And it's these two fucking Karens who apparently said they hoped his son got hit by a car and died.
That is fucking horrible.
Yeah.
See, okay, and again, this is where Argos suck, you're bad at this sport, yada yada. That's the line. If you're personally going into personal life stuff,
or like pay enough attention to the game to be like, way to drop that ball.
Exactly.
You know, on the 10-yard line.
Anytime we don't chirp as much as we used to because we're not right above the visitors' locker room like we used to be at Ivor Wynn. But there, we got all the ammunition from stuff that happened on the field or around the field. All of our ammunition was football based. I would never ever say anything about someone's family. Like,
because at the end of the day, they're doing a job,
right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can come to my work and you can come and tell me I'm doing a bad job. Sure, if I decide to sell tickets to have you guys watch me sit at a desk,
and I'm gonna show up and be like, yeah, way to send that email, bud. You could have hit that send button a little faster. Oh, you forgot to CC that guy, dumbass.
Oh, you didn't book camera cards in time? What? How are they going to shoot the footage, you dumb bitch?
Yeah,
but don't be like, I'm going to burn your house down.
Right.
Like, don't.
Yeah, no, you like, there's
your kid.
There's a line.
Okay.
There's a clear line, and there's
talk to
fun,
me,
and then there's gross.
Talk to me about the coach then that's been indefinitely suspended, because that is, I guess.
Well, see,
so I watched the video a bunch, and it's a little bit, for me, it's a little bit gray what he says. I think he obviously.
It's not. Yeah, I heard.
Well, I was
the
like,
first time I watched
he
it,
called
I'm
him
like,
maybe he called him a maggot.
A maggot.
But then I'm like, did he though? Is that a go-to insult for
F
anyone?
at the beginning of that word?
Right.
So listen, like, I was cut my plan today because today was day 3. I actually tweeted about it. Today's day 3, where neither the league nor MLSC had said anything about it. and it's like, this happened 3 days ago.
Yeah.
And one, he instigates the altercation with the fan who's outside the barrier. So the dude comes in, gets shit kicked out of him. The police are there, security's there trying to tackle this guy. Presumably it's his wife who comes in, and he gives her a little bit of a push and starts yelling at her, which I can let go on his case because she shouldn't fucking be there either. And yes, it's
no,
her
and
husband.
that was my, on our notes I said Tay has thoughts. That was one of my thoughts, of like, that woman clearly
she shouldn't be there.
She shouldn't be there.
So her getting yelled at, maybe a little shove, whatever. All of that is like, I'm okay. Like, you shouldn't put your hands on a woman, obviously. And so but she's in the wrong in that scenario. Now,
no, you shouldn't put your hands on a woman. Yes, but this is a security concern, and this woman has jumped the barricades.
Absolutely. So
yes, put your hands on her and remove her.
The dude behind the barrier is yapping at him, probably saying, "What are you doing, putting your hands on a woman?" I could see him saying that, and that dude turns around and he literally slaps him in the face, the fan. And then the fan's like, "Yo, what the fuck?" And like goes to throw a punch. He throws another punch and then drops the slur. And it's the slur that I have the big problem with, because as we say all the time, why is that the word that shows up in your head?
Absolutely. The coach, in my opinion, was at first doing his job. People were assaulted. Who knows what the hideous things that were being hurled at him.
Right.
As well. And you're right, like the fight, obviously, if fighting of any kind I don't condone, but you're right, those people jumped the barricades. I think the coach was just defending himself at first, but you're right, it's the fact of like, why is that ever your word?
Yep. His name's John Murphy, by the way, and he deserves to be named John Murphy.
I did not know it.
Okay. Yes, his
name
is
a white name.
His name is John Murphy.
I do also urge you to watch the video, and the woman that is in the barricades is the most Karen-y looking. Like, she clearly demands to speak to a manager at a Sears, if those still existed in Canada.
And again, you're behind the barricades, banned.
Yep.
Banned. You have no business at all. Whether your husband is down there and the police have him, you have no business on that side of the barricade.
Yep. So a couple more things I wanted to get to is, first of all, did you guys know? I did not know this. The origin of the Blue Bombers name is just as stupid as the Ticats.
I mean, is the Ticats stupid? It's two teams merging. I don't think that's stupid.
But they couldn't pick one of them.
No, you want to honor both teams. There's multiple championships on both teams.
But is your full name the Hamilton Tiger Cats, or is it Ticats?
Tiger Cats.
It's Tiger Cats.
The Hamilton Tiger Cats.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And for those that don't know, it is the merging of two teams, one named the Tigers and one named the Cats?
Wildcats.
Wildcats. So they merged. Why not be the Wild Tigers? That makes so much more sense.
You're the second person to say that to me this week.
Oh my God.
I told that person, I'll tell you the same thing. We need a flux capacitor.
Yeah.
We'll go back to 1955. I don't know if that was the year, but that's what they do in Back to the Future. And we'll fix it up.
I'm just gonna move my mic down here for a second, see if you can hear the snoring. No, he stopped. He just huffed into the mic. Okay, so he's asleep because he just wanted to interrupt Wednesday again.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Blue Bombers were named after. Hold on, I gotta pull it up. I gotta yank the bottle out of this guy's hand. After a boxer. This is in the 1950s.
Mm-hmm.
I believe 1958. I apologize as I slowly. Okay. A while ago, the Blue Bombers got their name from an article by a Winnipeg sports writer. Apparently, there was a well-known heavyweight boxer, Joe Louis. Maybe Joe Louis Arena?
Okay.
I don't know. I just made that up. Who was nicknamed the Brown Bomber. Vince Lee wrote in reference to him in an article covering the team's exhibition game against the University of North Dakota, saying that the Winnipeg Football Club was the Blue Bombers of Western football. And the name stuck.
I don't hate that story.
I was one of probably 1,000 people who assumed it was military based.
Yeah, I also would have assumed that as well.
Nope, just an American boxer at the time.
I love it. I'm okay with this.
But did you guys know that the official name, their legal name is the Winnipeg Football Club?
I did not know that.
Really? Huh.
The Blue Bombers were founded in 1930 as the Winnipeg Rugby Football Club, but later changed their name to the Winnipeg Football Club, which is the organization's legal name. The Blue Bombers are one of 3 community-owned teams without shareholders in the CFL.
I did know
How
that.
about that, eh?
And you know it and love it, Canadian sensation, Labatt Blue is named after the Blue Bombers and not the other way around.
Whoa.
Oh.
Okay.
Now I'm going to pull this fact up for y'all now that I have a hand free. Oh, the baby's moving, still asleep. Labatt Blue is the best-selling beer in the best-selling Canadian beer in the world, introduced in 1951 as Labatt Pilsner. It was named for the color of its label by the fans of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
Well, there you go.
There you go, everyone.
Well, I feel so much smarter now.
Gentlemen, objectively, if you even can, and if you can't, just say so. Who's winning?
I pulled out this fact for Chris, and I'm a big fan of trends. So the last time the Ticats faced the same team in back-to-back Grey Cups was in 98-99. They lost the first one. It was Calgary. In the exact same rematch the following year, Ticats won. So I'm hoping history repeats itself. And
Okay.
Dane Evans is starting, so that's all.
And Dane
already
Evans is
plus.
starting. My head says Bombers. My heart says Cats. I don't know. I mean, there's so many there's so many like when you look at last season, right? The 2019 season, the Ticats were heavy favorite going in. They were 15-3.
flip-flop.
You know, Winnipeg. We beat Winnipeg twice that season. They had to go through both rounds of the playoffs. Like, they were the second place team.
They needed a doink.
And they needed a doink to get into the game, to get into the Grey Cup. So, I like that the roles are reversed, and I love the Ticats playing at home. I think this team can beat anybody at home. They just have to show up. I think they can. I know in my heart they can beat any team in this league at home.
I think, and you guys know how I feel, I think there's a lot behind momentum.
Right.
And I think the Ticats have the momentum. And I think going into this, it's that perfect Patriots team.
Yeah.
That lost to the Giants.
Yeah.
And it's a team that Winnipeg was built to win.
Yeah.
And they're practically perfect this year. But Hamilton has the momentum.
Oh,
and you're
you're
playing
right.
at home.
Oh, I hope
And
you're
Dane
right.
Evans hasn't missed a pass yet.
And my second point is, Chris, can you please go to Google?
Yeah. Do you want me to put it on the screen?
If you will. Put in Dane Evans and,
Okay.
and click on image. And I need you to pull up the very first image that comes up.
Dane Evans.
Dane Evans.
And we're going to go images.
We're going to go
We're
to
gonna go
images.
this
And
one
we're
right
going to go. We're going to go to the very first image.
Here, let's open
what
this
is
in a new
this?
tab. Look at that. Look at him. That's our starting quarterback, baby. That's what that is.
And
That's a winner right there.
That is
And-
all he does is win. He doesn't know how
And-
to do anything else.
scrolling down, he's 28. So presumably he was in college, let's say 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And if you can scroll down, there's a great college photo of him. There it is.
The long hair one.
Yeah. That is if you can now click on that.
Let's see. Nope, that's the same one. Nope, that's where is he? Oh, it's too small. But
That's a lot of hair
yeah.
to lose in 8 years.
Let's see.
That is
it's a big
Wait,
difference.
do we know he lost it? And he doesn't save his head.
yeah, if you go straight up Google, and you know how they put the pictures together on the right hand side.
Yeah.
I thought it was 2 different people named Dane Evans.
Is there maybe like a timeline showing like his hairline receding throughout the years?
I don't think so. I don't
That
think
is
so.
That's too bad. That's a lot of hair to lose very quickly.
Yeah, and I think the shaved head is not necessarily a choice. But it doesn't matter. Oh.
That's the baby snoring.
Love it.
Just wanted to party. Partied really hard and passed it. So has Dane Evans been starting this year?
He has started, including the East Final, he has started 4 games. Or sorry, no. He's played in 4 games. He started 3.
Yeah.
He started
so
3.
why is it Dane Evans we trust as we wrap this up?
Well, because Mazzoli, okay, love Mazzoli. Great guy. I'm sure he's a fantastic teammate. He seems like the nicest guy in the world. He can only beat bottom 4 teams. He's a career 500 quarterback, and he only beats bottom 4 teams. He does not beat the teams that are better than the Tiger Cats. Dane Evans,
he doesn't have an arm.
Dane Evans can beat anybody in this league. And he beat everybody in this league.
That was him.
He beat Calgary this year.
So
we hadn't beaten Calgary since Bo Levi Mitchell was on the team.
He started 4 games and you got 3 games, and you guys are confident in him for the Grey Cup.
Well, don't forget last year, because last season he started most of the, because Mazzoli got hurt. Mazzoli got hurt in the first 4 or 5 games of the season, and he played the rest of the way right through to the Grey Cup, and we looked like world beaters until that Grey Cup.
But you guys, 3 games this season, you guys are confident.
He makes you can see it on the field. He makes the reads better. The offense plays better for him. It's so weird. It's such a difference.
He didn't even get first reps this week, and he came in the game cold. 16 for 16.
16 for 16, 249, 1 passing and 2 sneaks.
And a game-changing strip.
He literally saved the game by stripping someone of the ball.
So we all think the Ticats are winning.
I didn't say that.
Oh boy.
I didn't say that.
You don't want to say that, do you?
I said my head says
Chris, keep your
my head says Bombers, my heart says Ticats. I'm not giving an answer because I don't want to ruin it either way.
Yeah.
I don't want to ruin
it. But
either
way, you're going in there. I'm thrilled to see your boys on home turf.
So happy to walk into that stadium on Sunday.
Yeah.
I couldn't be more thrilled.
So I have a would you rather before we do any other sports news.
Yes.
Would you rather? This is a stupid one, but I was feeling stupid today. Punch a player from your most hated team, but never be allowed back in their stadium only again. And that includes if the Grey Cup's ever played in Toronto. Like that, you are never allowed back. I'm just saying, assume your most hated team is the Argos. You punch someone in the face.
Yeah.
You're never allowed back in BMO again. Or every time they play at Tim Hortons Field, you have to listen as a select players hurl insults at you for 15 minutes before every single game.
I don't like either of these.
Right. That's the point of a would you rather.
I mean, it would be very satisfying to punch, especially this fucking Chris Edwards guy. Here, let me just find the one here. Hold on. Anyways, I'm gonna go with the second one though, because I don't want to be banned from anywhere. That's really not my style. Here, where is he here? So this is the guy who jumped the barricade and then just punched a fan in the face. So this was separate. This was a separate fight. Look at the players jumping up into the crowd, and then this guy comes running over, and then boom, punches him right in the face. By the way, I still have a helmet on, so those guys were in the fan section. This is fans throwing beer at them, but this was him during the game giving the finger to Ticats fans.
My only defense of that is I know how shitty it is, not because I'm obviously a professional athlete, but as a fan, I know how shitty it is to be surrounded by not your team,
right,
in your home stadium, and it's a really shitty feeling. So I can imagine him being angry.
Yep.
Mark,
Yeah, I'm with Chris. I'm gonna go with B.
you're
Yeah.
gonna okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
No,
think
no.
I'd probably be the same.
No, I don't. Getting banned. It's just it. Yeah.
I'd be okay to get banned, but I was thinking like, oh, but what if the Grey Cup is there?
Right. And the cats are in it. You know what I mean? Like that's the one thing you got to think about. But again, my thing is you go in and do any of this stuff at any CFL stadium, you should be banned across
You
the
should
league.
be banned.
Across the league.
Absolutely.
I agree. Any other sports news, gentlemen, before I take this baby that decided to interrupt our podcast back to bed?
I guess we can quickly talk about the whole Arizona Coyotes debacle.
Yeah,
Oh
drop
yes,
it
please, because
quick.
that came in after we made our today, but it's fucking hysterical.
Go ahead,
So
Mark,
much for
tell us.
Austin Matthews going back to Phoenix. So apparently, they owe, I think it was $1.3 million.
It's chump change. They're gonna pay that.
Yeah.
It's not like because I was like, oh man, what if they can't pay it? But if it's just that little, yeah they're gonna pay it.
But how does it get to that point where they didn't even pay it to begin with?
That's true. How does it get to the point? So the story is that Arizona Coyotes have defaulted on basically rent of the arena and are in danger of being locked out.
Yeah. If not paid by December 20th, I think it was the date.
Yeah, and they had a game on the 23rd that is now in jeopardy. So it's very, you're right. It's not the amount that's owing. It's like, how did they get there?
Right.
And now there's chatter in my other chat group about what's a viable relocation for Coyotes, and
Hamilton.
a lot of people. Well, some were saying Quebec, and then others were saying Quebec would never happen under Gary Bettman because there's no corporate money there.
No. Yeah. It's going to be getting another Canadian team. I think it's going to be a stretch.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen.
Like Houston was like that was rumored before this whole fiasco even happened, was that there was talks of them moving to Houston.
Is there a major state that doesn't have a team yet?
Well, when you say major state, you're talking about like population wise?
Yeah, I'm not talking about like the North Dakota ninnies or something. You know, is there like a major US? Yeah, is there a major US city that doesn't have a team? Utah?
Well, Atlanta. I mean, that's a major team, but they've there.
Hey, hold on, but if they move to Atlanta, hear me out, okay? Because if they move to Atlanta, that means that there's a possibility that the team ends up in Canada. Because both times Atlanta's had a team, they end up in Canada. So
yeah, it's true.
Somewhere in New England, like around Hartford, did that get another team?
It's all about corporate. I don't think Harvard has enough money there.
Yeah,
right.
I'm just trying to. Is there a market?
Houston makes sense because Houston is a big metropolitan area, right?
Is there a market in the States that doesn't have a team right now?
Kansas, maybe? I don't know.
Oh yeah, maybe Kansas. Oh no, I was gonna be St. Louis. Idiot. Stupid idiot. While I look this up, I will ask you guys a trivia question.
All right.
This was trivia that we do on Wednesdays before the podcast. What is the only NFL team whose first three letters of the team name are the same first three letters of the city name?
Oh.
I can give you the year it was founded or thereabouts, because that was also part of the question, if that helps. I believe it was 73, but it was in the 70s for sure.
The first three letters.
First three letters of the city and
the team are the
nickname?
same?
The team name are the same. Those at home, I hope you are screaming at the silence of this podcast right now.
Oh my God, I feel so stupid.
I know, right?
I got it, if that helps. A humble brag.
I feel so stupid.
Oh, Seattle.
There you go.
Yep. God, I feel so dumb.
We had one of those questions before. I think I brought it up on the podcast of what the helmet.
Yeah.
What only has the one side, and Dave was angry at me because I was just naming teams in my head, like aloud as I was trying to think of them, and he's like, "Just go by division."
Yeah.
This one I didn't say out loud. I was just like, "What's a newer franchise? Oh, Seattle's new." Ah.
Yeah. There it is. Yeah.
So, of the 200 largest cities in the United States, there are 1, two on the list that do not have hockey teams. We have New York City with a population of 8 million, Los Angeles with a population of 4, Chicago with a population of 2 and change. Whatever. Houston.
Mm-hmm.
So Houston is the 4th biggest city, so they could have a team. Phoenix is 5.
But they're clearly not doing anything with
People just do not care. And Philadelphia at 6, and then San Antonio at 7.
San Antone.
San Diego at 8. Sorry, they also don't have a team. Dallas and San Jose.
Could you put 3 hockey teams in Texas?
You could.
I mean,
It's big enough.
there's 3 hockey teams in California.
I was gonna say I'd have a 4th in California probably before I'd have a 3rd in Texas.
It's crazy. Although,
Anyway,
yeah. Forget it.
I was gonna say we'll just any other sports news before we talk about hockey franchises. Completely off topic.
I just want to share a little anecdote. Was when I went to the Bills game.
Oh, please. And the warming zone?
By the way,
I know, right?
You got to see a legendary performance from Mac Jones.
Yeah, no kidding, eh?
Jeez.
They were
You know what
talking
sucks,
about
though?
that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Yes.
Had that fucking Bet365 app worked, I was gonna take every single receiving and passing prop under.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have made a shit ton of money.
I had the unders for everything, and it fucked up because I always say no to the 2-point conversion on the bet builder.
Oh no!
And then when they went for it, Dave was like, "Oh, because it's so windy, they're not
yeah,
kicking
they're
it."
not gonna kick
And I
it.
was like, "Motherfucker!"
That's why I hate those props where it's pass fail done.
Yeah.
Right? I hate those ones. But anyway, so we get to the border, and you know, they ask us questions. You know, what's the purpose of your travel? We say, oh, we're going to the Bills game. And then she looks in the car and says, well, I don't see any Bills gear on you. And so my buddy, who's a Pats fan, it's like, oh yeah, we're both cheering for the Patriots. It's like, oh, okay, well, I'm sorry to inform you that your travel's been deemed not essential, so you'll have to turn around. It was like silence for like 5 seconds, like, wait, what? And then she said, have fun at the game, guys. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh,
I
that's the
fucking
best.
love it. Oh my god, that's amazing.
Because those border guards never have a sense of humor.
I know,
Almost
right?
never. Oh my god.
I
That's
love her.
incredible.
Yeah.
That's
so
that
good.
is amazing. And I mean, this is a topic for another podcast, but the Mac Jones being such a Bill Belichick puppet,
Oh yeah.
and they were making fun of it on Good Morning Football this morning about like he's so perfect because you could just tell him to do anything. Like,
Yeah.
hey Mac, do not throw the football at all this game, and he'd be like, okay,
You throw that football, you're never starting again in this league, I promise.
yeah,
Okay, coach, you got
And
it.
that one completion he had in that game, like in that first half, John Smith had to jump up and make that ridiculous catch just to even make that.
Yeah.
And
Crazy.
it was running the entire game. Yeah.
Crazy.
Anyways, well, thanks for listening, everybody. We're at Scotch Sporting on all social media platforms, including the TikTokies, the Twitters, the Facebooks, the Instagrams, all that stuff. But please go Ticats, because fuck Winnipeg for no reason at all.
Well,
And-
he's a
and
cheater.
That's
Oh,
right.
right.
We didn't even talk about that fucking cheater. I
I
don't want to get mad.
literally, oh, with the PEDs
Yes.
or the whatevers, yeah.
Yep.
Anyways, they're team cheats. They take drugs, and also like really Winnipeg, Canada's armpit. But thank you for listening, everybody. Go Ticats. We'll see you next week when we're hopefully celebrating.
Oski wee wee.
Yeah.